Have you ever wondered how long would it take for the strongest anime characters to clear the Infinity Castle in Demon Slayer? Well, to find that out, I've broken things down into 5 tiers. Tier S is for the characters who would clear it instantly. Tier A includes those who can clear it too, but they might take around 1 to 5 minutes. Tier B is for characters who need a bit longer, somewhere between 5 to 10 minutes. Tier C goes to those who take over 10 minutes to get it done. And finally, Tier D is reserved for those who wouldn't make it at all. They'd fall to either the Upper Moons or Muzan himself. So for starters, we have Deku from My Hero Academia. Despite his incredible power and versatility, Deku would face overwhelming challenges inside the Infinity Castle. The castle itself is a pocket dimension controlled by Nakime, a demon who can endlessly reshape its layout, splitting intruders apart and manipulating the entire battlefield. This would make Deku's danger sense far less effective, leaving him disoriented and struggling to plan his next move. But the biggest problem? Deku doesn't have a Nichiren blade, the only weapon capable of permanently killing demons. Without it, even if he managed to overpower the Upper Moons or even Muzan himself, they'd just regenerate. So for Deku, that's a Tier D placement. Next up, Denji from Chainsaw Man. Now, even though Denji can regenerate from almost any injury, his situation is pretty similar to Deku's. He doesn't have a Nichiren blade, nor does he possess any ability capable of disintegrating the Upper Moons, let alone Muzan himself. So for Denji, it's also a Tier D. Next up, Asta from Black Clover. For Asta, it all comes down to one question. Can his swords function like Nichiren blades in Demon Slayer? And will his anti-magic actually work against demons? You see, Asta's anti-magic can nullify any form of magic, curses, or energy-based attacks. That means he could counter blood demon arts with little to no effort. On top of that, his Demon Destroyer sword can cancel out advanced regeneration, completely shutting down the demon's strongest defense and leaving them open to lethal strikes. So yes, Asta could definitely take down the Upper Moons and even Muzan himself, but it wouldn't be easy. His Devil Union form has strict time limits, which could become a problem if the fight drags on. Plus, navigating the Infinity Castle and tracking down every demon would slow him down even more. That's why Asta lands in Tier C. Next, we have Eren from Attack on Titan. Well, no need to drag this one out. Even in his Titan form, Eren wouldn't stand a chance against the demons. Just like Denji and Deku, he doesn't have a Nichiren blade or any ability capable of permanently taking them down. So for Eren, it's also a Tier D. Now we have Satoru Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen. First off, this guy has infinity, and that alone makes him nearly untouchable. No matter what the Upper Moons or even Muzan throw at him, they wouldn't be able to land a single scratch. Infinity creates an endless amount of space between Gojo and his opponents, meaning any physical attacks slow down infinitely before it can ever reach him. In short, their strikes are completely useless. Now, the big question, can Satoru Gojo actually defeat Muzan and the others? The answer is yes. His technique, Hollow Purple, is devastating. It erases everything in its path, atomizing matter itself. That means Gojo could literally obliterate Muzan and the Upper Moons on a molecular level. And with his 6 eyes, Gojo perceives everything around him in real time, moving at incredible speed and even teleporting across space to catch enemies off guard. That combination of awareness, speed, and overwhelming power make him almost impossible to counter. So for Gojo, it's obviously Tier A. Next up, Sung Jin Woo from Solo Leveling. For this guy, I'll just say one thing. By unleashing the dragon's fear, Jin Woo can completely paralyze anyone weaker than him in pure, overwhelming despair. Every demon, including Muzan himself, is far beneath the power of the end-of-series Shadow Monarch, meaning they'd all be frozen in place from a single roar. On top of that, Jinwoo operates on a cosmic level. The Infinity Castle wouldn't even slow him down. He could clear the entire place in the blink of an eye. So for Jinwoo, there's no doubt about it. S tier. Now what about Guts from Berserk? As a lifelong mercenary and slayer of apostles, Guts has unmatched combat experience, battling supernatural beings far beyond human limits. His willpower and fighting spirit are absolutely immense, but even that isn't enough against Muzan and the Upper Moons. You see, Guts has no way to counter the demon's regeneration, and he doesn't possess a Nichiren blade or any weapon capable of destroying them permanently. So, unfortunately for Guts, he lands in Tier D. Well, if you are enjoying this video so far, like and hype this video, subscribe to the channel, and let's keep going. Now we have Ichigo Kurosaki from Bleach. As a Soul Reaper, Ichigo's attacks are powered by spiritual energy, giving him the ability to strike directly at the soul itself. Since since demons do have souls, that alone would completely counter their regeneration and even their very existence. And honestly, Ichigo's spiritual pressure is a weapon on its own. It's so overwhelming that Muzan would be crushed under the sheer weight of his aura before Ichigo even lifts a finger. Remember, even a much weaker version of Ichigo once unleashed a blast strong enough to tear apart a mountain. So yeah, the demons don't stand a chance. For Ichigo, it's clearly S tier. Next up, Luffy from One Piece. To be honest, while Luffy's speed and power completely outclass the demons, he doesn't have a reliable way to kill them instantly, since only sunlight or a Nichiren blade can finish them off for good. But here's where it gets interesting. With the power of imagination in his Gear 5 form, Luffy could simply create a Nichiren blade for himself. Once that's done, it's game over. He just needs to slice the demons down one by one. And with his advanced mastery of Haki, he could even stop their regeneration and take them out in a single strike. The main issue, though, would be Nakime. Her ability to constantly reshape the Infinity Castle would force Luffy to waste precious time just trying to find the other demons. So, while he can destroy them all, it wouldn't be quick. That's why Luffy lands in Tier C. Next up, Gon from Hunter x Hunter. At his peak, Gon Freaks is an absolute powerhouse. His strength, speed, and durability pushed to superhuman levels through his mastery of Nen. But here's the problem. Unlike the Chimera ants he fought, the Upper Moons and Muzan have insane regenerative abilities that make them practically immortal. Sure, Gon's physical attacks and Nen-infused punches would deal massive damage, but without any way to counter their regeneration or deliver a fatal blow, he simply couldn't finish them off. On top of that, the constantly shifting structure of the Infinity Castle would throw him off and make it even harder for him to adapt mid-fight. So for Gon, it's a D tier. Now we have Naruto. As a master of ninjutsu, taijutsu, and sage mode, Naruto stands as one of the most powerful shinobi in existence, backed by immense chakra reserves as the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki. To counter the demon's regeneration, he can use wind-style Rasen Shuriken, a technique that destroys targets on a cellular level. A direct hit from this would completely atomize or permanently disable a demon. And if that's not enough, in his tailed beast form, Naruto can unleash a tailed beast bomb capable of leveling mountains, more than enough to vaporize both the demons and the Infinity Castle itself. If he wanted to avoid total destruction, he could simply use his powerful sealing jutsu to trap the demons indefinitely. So while he could absolutely clear the Infinity Castle, it might still take him a minute or two. That's why Naruto lands in Tier A. Next up, Shinra from Fire Force. Here, we're taking Shinra's Shinra Banshoman form and not his base form. Now, by the end of Fire Force, Shinra Kusakabe ascends to a level of cosmic and even multiversal power. In this state, he exists so far beyond the Demon Slayer universe that the battle would be over before the demons even realized he was there. He wouldn't just defeat them, he'd rewrite their very reality. Honestly, the fight wouldn't really qualify as a fight, it'd be instant erasure. With a mere flick of his wrist, Shinra could erase the entire demonic race, the Infinity Castle, and even Muzan himself. So for Shinra, it's obviously S tier. Now we have Shigeo Kageyama from Mob Psycho 100. Mob possesses a level of telekinesis capable of lifting and crushing entire skyscrapers with little effort. He can also dismantle matter at a molecular level, allowing him to bypass the demon's impressive regenerative abilities. On top of that, his psychic barriers are nearly impenetrable, able to withstand attacks that could level entire buildings. Against him, both physical strikes and blood demon arts would be completely useless. And if you're wondering how he'd actually defeat the demons, well, as an Esper, Mob can instantly erase spirits and evil entities with a touch. That power directly counters the spiritual nature of demons, allowing him to wipe out their existence entirely. Still, clearing the entire Infinity Castle would take him a bit of time. That's why Mob falls into Tier B. Next up, Dio Brando from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Now, both Dio and the demon share one critical weakness: sunlight. Neither of them wants to be anywhere near it. Beyond that, the demon's regenerative abilities, especially Muzan's, rival or even surpass Dio's. Sure, Dio could deal massive damage using Time Stop, but he lacks any real way to deliver a lethal, regeneration-nullifying blow. Nothing like a Nichiren blade or the power of sunlight. His best option would be to vaporize the demons entirely or deal so much damage that they can't regenerate fast enough. But realistically, Dio has no reliable way to finish them off. So for him, it's a clear tier D. Now we have Rimuru Tempest from That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. Well, as I've mentioned in countless previous videos, Rimuru, in his true dragon form, is a multiversal being capable of erasing or creating entire universes with nothing more than a thought. His power goes far beyond the physical. He can erase concepts, existence, and even reality itself. You're talking about defeating demons? Rimuru could literally delete Muzan and the others from the timeline as if they never existed in the first place. So yeah, no doubt about it, Rimuru goes straight to S tier. Next up, Natsu from Fairy Tail. Natsu's flames reach unimaginable temperatures, so intense that his very presence once vaporized a lake and melted a coliseum. This level of heat far exceeds what the demon's regeneration could withstand, effectively mimicking the lethal power of the sunlight and reducing them to ash almost instantly. In his end form, Natsu can even move freely in a world where time is stopped, allowing him to obliterate the demons before they can even register his presence. And let's not forget, Natsu's flames have burned through existence erasure itself. Even Zeref, who had transcended time and space with a fairy heart, had all that godlike power completely burned away by Natsu's fire. So yes, he can defeat the demons, but it would still take him a bit of time to clear them all out. That's why Natsu sits comfortably in tier B. Before we move on, if you still haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and get the best anime content every time. And now we have Goku from Dragon Ball. Well, do I even need to explain this one? Goku is one of the most powerful and iconic anime characters of all time, with strength and abilities that operate on a universal, if not multiversal scale. For context, Majin Buu could regenerate after being completely atomized, yet even he wouldn't stand a chance against Goku at full power. Compared to that level of destruction, the demon's regeneration is practically meaningless, and honestly, just the presence of Goku's godly ki is enough to overwhelm opponents far stronger than anything in the Demon Slayer universe. There's nothing really to debate here. Goku goes straight to S tier. Next up, Okarun from Dandadan. After being possessed by Turbo Granny, Okarun gains incredible speed and reflexes, allowing him to run at speeds of up to 100 kilometers an hour. Well, that's pretty much all he's got. Sure, it's impressive, but it's nowhere near the hypersonic speeds of Muzan or the top tier upper moons. Against demons that can regenerate instantly and unleash a wide range of devastating blood demon arts, Okarun wouldn't even stand a chance against Akaza, let alone Muzan. So for him, it's an easy tier D. Now we have Kafka Hibino from Kaiju number 8. Kafka's physical strength is on a completely different level. He can level skyscrapers and take down other powerful kaiju with single explosive blows. This kind of power easily surpasses anything the upper moons or even Muzan has ever shown. But here's the issue. While Kafka's final kaiju form can slow down regeneration, he still doesn't have any real way to kill the demons permanently. And if every upper moon and Muzan himself were to gang up on him and strike his core, it'd be game over for Kafka. So he lands in tier D as well. Next up, Anos Voldegode from the Misfit of Demon King Academy. Anos Voldegode, the Demon King of Tyranny, operates on a multiversal, possibly even hyperversal level of power. His abilities transcend the very concepts of logic, space, and time. And just like I mentioned earlier with Rimuru, who also has similar power, Anos could effortlessly erase Muzan and the upper moons from the timeline itself. Honestly, his passive aura alone would likely be enough to overwhelm and erase them from existence without him even lifting a finger. So for Anos, it's obviously S tier. Next up, Meliodas from Seven Deadly Sins. As the dragon sin of wrath and the eventual vessel of the Demon King, Meliodas wields power on an entirely different level than anything in Demon Slayer. In his final form, he commands the full power of the Demon King, and his mere presence alone was enough to threaten the stability of the entire world. With Hellblaze, Meliodas can completely negate regeneration and inflict wounds that never heal, an instant win condition against demons who rely entirely on their ability to regenerate. And with full counter, any blood demon art launched his way would be effortlessly reflected back at his enemies with devastating force. That means Meliodas could absolutely defeat every upper moon, including Muzan himself. But since he wouldn't be able to do it instantly, we'll place him in tier A. Now we have Freyren. As one of the most powerful mages in her universe, Freyren wields destructive magic on a scale far beyond anything seen in Demon Slayer. One of the defining traits of her magic is its raw destructive force, especially against demons. Her basic spell, Zultra, can vaporize enemies instantly and is far more potent than any attack the demons of Demon Slayer have ever faced. Now, since the demons in her world are fundamentally different beings, it's not guaranteed that her magic would erase them permanently. But with her vast array of spells, sharp intellect, and unmatched analytical skill, Freyren would quickly figure out how to counter their regeneration and eventually take them down. So yes, she can defeat them, but it would take quite some time. That's why Freyren lands in Tier C. And now we have Mash Bernadette from Mashal, Magic and Muscles. Born without magic in a magic-dominated world, Mash compensates with absurd supernatural strength and speed gained from intense physical training. His abilities, while seemingly grounded in muscle, operate on a scale so far beyond the demon's capabilities that a fight with him would be over before it began. Muzan's regeneration, though formidable, has limits. It is designed to withstand Nichiren blades and blood demon arts, not the multi-continent level physical strikes that Mash can unleash. A single punch would turn any demon into an unrecognizable pulp. Still, it would take some time before Muzan stops regenerating completely. That's why Mash lands in Tier C. And lastly, we have Saitama from One Punch Man. As the hero who's broken his limiter, Saitama's power has no true upper limit. In a fight against the Upper Moons or Muzan, his speed, destructive power, and sheer invulnerability would place him so far above the demons that they'd erase before they even realized the battle had begun. Trust me, this guy's punches are so overwhelmingly strong that they'd destroy opponents on a fundamental level, reducing them to nothing but mist and dust. The demon's regeneration might be terrifying in their own world, but it means absolutely nothing when there's no body or soul left to heal. Nothing much to say here. Saitama goes straight to S tier. Don't stop here. Click on this video next, where we created anime's strongest Squid Game. It's insane. You've gotta see it.